Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another kitty tail in my lap, which more than just a kitty tail, it is Amelia. Now, Amelia, she is picky about her food. She's not in my lap because she wants me to pet her. She is in my lap because she wants me to feed her. And the problem is, of course, she keeps bonking into my pop shield. That's with her tail. That's the occasional bonking sound. She will not sit down and just sit because she wants food. She's turning in circles and smacking stuff with her tail. But like I said, the problem is I'll open up a can of cat food, put it down, she'll eat the gravy and the smaller bits of cat food that are in it, and then she'll jump back up on my lap and say, "Oh, you need to feed me. I don't have any food." She's not eating the actual meat stuff. She's eating the gravy part and then will not touch the actual solid bits. Except for the very few pieces that she just absolutely loves. Now she's sniffing at my pocket because all this time I've been talking, I have had a silly little goose inside of my pocket. Little saber slash cream. She's a sweetie. She's also in heat, so she's no freak. A freak? She's freaking out mildly because as a young, female, fertile hamster, she knows she's got a genetic heritage she needs to continue. And so she's looking for a male hamster. And I'm quite sure that little Cookie, Dr. Snurf, across the room is probably sniffing her out and going, "Oh, wow, I want some of that." But he can't get to her, thank goodness. So I'm going to put her back in her cage because I did wake her up and she is a cutie. So I don't want to freak her out any more than she has to. There you go, little one. I'm pulling her lid back. And then once again, Amelia here is just wanting me to feed her more. But I can't just give her a week's worth of food in a day because she doesn't want to eat parts of it. So she's very picky. And of course, yesterday, oh boy, did she piss me off so bad. I was trying to record a Dungeon Man's episode as a game video. And she would not sit still. She was in my lap and sitting and spinning and twirling and getting wound up in my cord. And I would have to lift her up and unwrap the cord from her feet of my headphones. And then she would sit down and then spin and get everything caught up. She was pulling the cords out of the little hockey puck thing. She was just destroying everything, knocking everything down. I was paying so much attention to her because I was so frustrated. My level 10 Lady Ranger Mans on Dungeon Mans, by the time I realized what was going on because I was fixating on her and not what was happening, 8 minutes into the game, dead. I was pissed. So I'm not too thrilled about the way she does this. I mean, if she just wants to sit in my lap and purr, that's fine. But when she's sitting and spinning and turning and tearing things apart, oh boy. I was livid because she would not just relax. But I got over it. Until this morning. She's been wandering through the room here as soon as I got in because I took a shower this morning. I left her in here all night. I had just tossed my coat on the floor because it was clean down there. But as I came in and I was getting dressed, she kept wandering over and then sniffing and walking onto my coat. And then I would say, "Amelia," and I'd get her away and she'd run back over to the food. And I'm going, "Why are you sniffing at my coat?" So the last thing, just before I start recording, is she wanders over to the coat again, starts sniffing, and starts squatting to pee on it. That's what she was doing. So I quickly just grabbed her before she could and threw her onto the windowsill. Not out the window, onto the windowsill. Because I wanted to make sure she left, and I've got the hamster cages against the wall there. So I couldn't just easily step over and not maybe have her start peeing all over everything. So I gave her a toss onto the windowsill and out she went. I was like, thanks, cat. Don't pee on my stuff just because you don't want to eat the food I'm giving you. You eat the gravy, eat the solid food stuff. Eat the solid food too. Man. Now, I keep forgetting to do this, but I do have these. These are the pop-open cards that I cannot remember where the lid went. I don't... Oh, that is the lid. It's, you know, it's... Now, do they... I can't... Here we go. It's open a card whenever you need. A reminder that blessings are all around you. Or share them and offer a ray of sunshine. So, absolutely. And then the lid, of course. These are savor each moment, seek out joy, and celebrate the good things. Be happy, pop open cards. I had started doing these. I've got 2 of them here that I've popped open in the channel. I've got 4 or 5 of them over on this side that I've popped open on the channel. I've meant to do them every single day until every one of them was gone. So now we're going to savor the moment. And we're going to pop this open and we're going to be happy. So, ta-da, pippity pop. Begin doing what you want to do now. We have only this moment, sparkling like a star in our hand and melting like a snowflake. And that is so true. Each moment in time, we run in only one direction, even though physics with math, the equations run the same in both directions. So literally in physics, doesn't matter whether you start at the beginning of time and run toward the, you know, the end, or if you're starting at the end and running toward the beginning, the equation is the same. We're not quite sure why we aren't able to do that. But then we are 3 + 1 individuals, which is the 3 dimensions plus 1, time. That's all we're able to comprehend and deal with because that's the universe that we live in, 3 + 1. That's like the official term. 3, you know, it's width, height, depth, time. So I'm working on a series of stories, actually, which is what I want to be careful about because, and I sort of wanted to talk about this, the human brain counts talking about something as part of an accomplishment towards reaching a goal. Which is bad, because talking about something isn't the same as actually doing it. But your brain counts that as a step made toward the goal. But it's not. Talking about writing a story is not writing a story. So I try not to talk about my stories that I'm working on in my head because my brain will count that as a step made in progress. When it's not. The progress is actually writing it. So I'm going to take a brief moment to just try and talk a little bit about some of the stuff I'm working on. Because of my bent toward rationality and science and all that in our world, if I'm going to write a supernatural type story, I need to have something that is going to fit for me, to make it work for me. Because if I don't believe it, I'm not going to be able to write it so that anyone else can. So I finally come up with a reason for a Lovecraftian type situation. Now, because I have a 3 + 1 brain, and the actual point of what's happening is far, far beyond that, I can't even fully comprehend what's going on in the story. But, and this allows me to do a whole series of stuff and just an entire universe of things. There are theoretically other dimensions beyond 3 + 1 because there's one-dimensional plus time is 1 + 1. If you live in a one-dimensional universe, you can see behind you, you can see behind you, in front of you, behind you, that's it. There's no other directions. If you live in a two-dimensional universe, you cast a one-dimensional shadow, but you can see everything this way and this way, but there's no up or down. And you cast a one-dimensional shadow. We are 3 + 1. We have this, and this, and time. We cast two-dimensional shadows. A four-dimensional being, 4 + 1, would cast a three-dimensional shadow. Can you even imagine that? I sure can't. Now, as a general idea, and I hope I'm not ruining this, but I have figured that someplace, somewhere, and because of the way this is done, you don't even have to have it, it doesn't have to be on the planet, but it works in the realm of metaphor and functional equivalence. You were such a good kitty, Amelia. She's leaning against me, and she's a good kitty. But effectively, there's these people that are like 4 + 1, 5 + 1, or 6 or 7 + 1, but they can unroll like the 15th dimension enough, which is a tiny, tiny, tiny other +1 dimensions that they figure are in our place are rolled up so tightly that we can't get to them. They do not really affect our 3 + 1 world. They're there, they're just rolled up and tiny so that they don't affect our world. I figured that if there is a civilization that can partially unroll like a 15th dimension so that they can enter at an angle, they got a whole new universe of space to put stuff. So they've been putting stuff there. And again, functional equivalence and metaphor. Did this really happen? No, not even close. But this is as close as we can get in our terms to what happened so we can approximate it. In this place, there are machines that keep their civilizations running. The functional equivalent of a vibrating machine shook and rattled a restraining bolt to the point that the restraining mechanism there sheared. And the bolt is busy rattling in the sheared thing, and the scritching and scratching has partially unrolled that 15th dimension and is affecting the rest of our universe. Now, because it would just be your different angle of attack, would show up with your different where you are in it and when, it could be the other side of the universe and the end of time, and it could be affecting our planet here because it's tech we don't understand. 10 + 1, and we're 3 + 1. So, because of that, it allows me to have Lovecraftian nightmares working throughout our universe. Because we don't know how this affects our universe, and on our world, it ain't good. And again, because the angle of attack, it could be anywhere and any time, so it could have happened at the end of time, the beginning of time, right now, the other side of the universe, on our planet, who knows? And so the actual effect, reason for things that stuff is happening, people don't know and can't understand. And so what everybody thinks is the reason is just another symptom. And so you're dealing with symptoms that you think is a cause that you can't understand. And I've got an awesome bunch of stories coming up because of this. Very, very cool. Very, very good one running in my head. I'm about ready to start writing it. I just have to do that between videos. Writing uses up so many spoons. It takes up a lot of energy to run your brain. And oh boy. Look at Amelia. She's such a good kitty. Can you see her ears? But Amelia, she's not happy when I lift her up like that. She just wants to sit and purr. She's an old kitty. I love her. So it's cool, and hopefully I'm going to get it done. But instead, it takes a lot of energy to write. And I only have like 25 spoons on a very good day. And it takes like 2 or 3 just to get up. And I took a shower today, and that was a good 3 spoons. And now I'm doing this. That's another 2 spoons. It's by the time I get to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I've only got enough spoons left to go out and go walkies and then play video games and go to bed. And remember, spoons is just a way of counting energy. I mean, you as a human being, if you have no physical issues, as many of you do, so you understand this, a normal person with no issues may have 100 spoons to start the day with. Anybody with a chronic issue will have less. Some people only have 10 spoons to spend. Some people have 75, some have 50, some have 25, some have very, very few. And each thing you do in a day takes spoons, so life is rough. So if you hear anyone talking about, oh, it takes this many spoons, yeah, they don't have many spoons to spend, and they're spending those spoons. I also have an Amazon wish list if you wanted to support me in any way, shape, or form without actually sending me money. It's got like a pair of earbuds so I could not have to wear the headphones that are giving me a big bald spot right up here. But I got to be careful about my hearing. And it's got stuffed hamsters and all sorts of things on there. So if you could check it out, it'd be very cool. Again, never, ever, ever feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. But if you wanted to check it out, it'd be very cool. I'm still hoping, my birthday's coming up, 26th of this month, that someone will get me the Raspberry Pi on my Amazon wish list. It's kind of expensive, so I'm not really expecting it, but I'm just kind of hoping. So if you want to check it out, it'd be awesome, but don't feel obligated, please. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. It is a beautiful and wonderful thing. Thank you very much. You get me out of my head, into the world, and dealing with real people. I appreciate that to no end. It is a range of 20 to 25 because I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand. And I will mispronounce a username. I can pretty much guarantee that. There is no disrespect is intended. I am an American English speaker. We're just not good at pronouncing names. And I am not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking people for having left a comment. A good comment, a bad comment, and a different comment. The fact is you left me a comment. Thank you very, very much for that. Now, in the actual comments themselves, I may be snarky because when I get like the 10,000th comment saying you need to not talk during the videos when I've explained 1,670 times why I can't do what you asked, yeah, I get a little snarky. Sorry about that. But, let's see, comments, mispronunciations, the range. Let's get started. I have it on Chrome. Chrome. So, Melissa Perez, thank you very, very much. And Una Berzina, I know I'm not close, but thank you very, very much. And Tubes, thank you very, very much. Ice Demon, greatly appreciated. Hitler, with a period at the end. How about that? And some guy named Jamie, greatly appreciated. Kathy Kitscat, always good to see you in the comments. Fireworks, thumbs up. Ethan Adams, greatly appreciated. Waffle Bits, I like that name, thank you very much. Momoka B, greatly appreciated. Damaster, 84, thumbs up and thank you. Mr. Hoopy Floopy, I like that name too. The Sauce God, greatly appreciated. Pandora, NYC1, thumbs up and thank you. Kepalo Kepi, thank you very, very much. And Laura, are you the same Laura that commented like a couple years back, I think? Thank you very, very much, greatly appreciated. And Quizler, thumbs up and thank you. Mysterious Draws, greatly appreciated. And Brian Glenn, good to see you. Neff Ellie, or L, thank you very, very much. And Nixa Prick, oh, I'm sorry, but thank you very, very much. And DF Kool-Aid, thank you very, very much. Sushi, Sushil, the will of D. Okay, thank you very, very much. And Zaki Vengeance, thank you all very, very much. Greatly appreciated. As stated, you get me out of this dank, sort of cramped skull into a world of, well, air and light. And thank you very, very much. It is a good thing. But my depression, my fibro, oy vey, I need to get out of this head. And you help me so much. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign, give me a kiss. She's such a good titty. Or become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people. That would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes. I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool. I mean, it's just kind of a vanity thing. YouTube doesn't care so much about that number. They want engagement. So the numbers are kind of just for us. But it's nice, and I appreciate that to no end, so thank you very, very much. It is appreciated. But if you do not wish to donate, to subscribe, I do understand. I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the end of time, though, if you do subscribe. And it's really weird. In the comments, I keep getting people saying, I miss your reactions, and why don't you do reactions? I do 4 to 7 reactions a week. I don't know why I've got so many people saying, you should do reactions again. I do 4 to 7 reactions a week. There's only 7 days in a week. I mean, that's literally 4 to 7 reactions out of 7 days. How come people are saying, I miss it, why don't you do reactions anymore? I don't understand. But that's a-okay. I'm going to hopefully have a reaction, hopefully a game video, hopefully a game video for the game channel. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. Oh, I'm running over 20 seconds again. 20 seconds? 20 minutes. Probably about 20 minutes and 10 seconds now.